This is not self-help. This is healing. Body, nervous system, wholeness. Energy medicine, Ayurveda-inspired living, herbal wisdom. Learn, heal, and be together. Wholeness isn't fixing, it's integrating. Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio. Understanding begins here. Healing happens here. Wholeness lives within you. Hello, everybody. This is Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio in our healing circle. It is Thursday, March 12th. It is amazing how quick March is going. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. This week, we've been exploring something very important about emotions and healing. On Monday, we talked about emotions as signals, how what we feel often contains information about what is happening in our lives. On Tuesday, we talked about how emotional awareness begins to influence the decisions we make, sometimes in small ways that gradually change our direction. And yesterday, my friends, we talked about emotional patterns and how many of our reactions were formed earlier in life and can repeat quietly until we begin noticing them. Today, I want to move into something that many people don't expect when they begin a healing journey. Sometimes healing begins because something hurts. We are exhausted, our health is struggling, our emotions feel overwhelming, life feels heavy. So we start healing because we want relief. We want the pain to stop. We want to feel better. But something interesting often happens along the way. Healing doesn't just reduce pain, it can begin to change the life we build. It can change what we believe is possible, what we are willing to pursue, what we feel called to create, and what we believe we deserve. And sometimes healing opens doors to opportunities we could not have imagined earlier. Today, I want to share a personal example of that journey. See, I always have journaling on my mind. There was a time in my life when I weighed 300 pounds. At that time, my goal was very, very simple. I just wanted to lose weight. That was it. It wasn't trying to build a wellness platform. I wasn't trying to create a healing framework. I wasn't thinking about business or teaching in the way I do now. I simply wanted my health back. But as I began working on my health, something deeper started unfolding. What began as weight loss slowly became healing. I started paying attention not just to my body, but to my lifestyle, my habits, my emotional patterns, and what truly nourished my system. I began studying Ayurveda medicine, plant medicine, and energy medicine. I learned various types of lifestyle practices that support the body and the nervous system. And over time, something beautiful began to form along my journey. That's where Evolve Global 22 was born. And eventually, the Power of Three framework emerged: energy medicine, Ayurveda inspired living, and herbal wisdom. That framework didn't come from theory alone. It came from my lived experience. It came from learning what actually supports healing in real life. Over time, my body changed. 300 pounds became less, then less, then less again. Eventually, I reached 165 pounds. I found myself in the best shape and health of my life. But the most powerful transformation wasn't just physical. It was emotional. It was mental. It was in my soul. My mindset began to shift. I began believing something that many people stopped believing as adults, that life can change, that healing is possible, that growth is possible, that new chapters are possible. My work in healing and wellness continued to grow slowly over time. It wasn't an overnight success story. It was built gradually, helping people, teaching, learning, building, staying committed to the journey. Then something unexpected happened. A new opportunity came into my life. Through Agara Life, what caught my attention wasn't just the business side, it was the alignment, plant based wellness, metabolic support, energy, and focus, the lifestyle support. These were things I had already been studying and living, and suddenly something expanded. The business began to grow quickly and continues to grow. And that opportunity has allowed me to continue my early exit from a long career in K-12 education, moving into retirement with financial stability and the possibility of continued growth toward true financial independence and freedom. Now I continue helping people build lives rooted in healing, health, wellness, and financial freedom. I share this story for one reason, not because everyone should follow the same path, but because healing often opens doors we never imagined. It begins with one step, one decision, one change. And over time, that healing journey can lead to a completely different life than the one we originally expected. Healing changes something very important inside a person. It changes what they believe is possible. When someone is struggling physically, emotionally, or mentally, their world can feel very, very small. They are focused on surviving the day, managing the pain, getting through the week. But as healing begins, something opens, energy returns, clarity returns, curiosity returns. And with that space, new questions begin to appear. Questions like, what do I want to build now? What matters to me now? How do I want to use what I've learned? What might my life, excuse me, where might my life be expanding? Sometimes, my friends, healing is not just about relief. Sometimes healing is about preparation. Preparation for the life that is more aligned, more meaningful, more courageous, and sometimes more abundant than we once imagined. Now, as always, our learning points for tonight. Number one, healing often begins with one visible problem. Many healing journeys begin with a clear challenge: weight gain, burnout, stress, health struggles, emotional overwhelm. But those visible challenges are often only the doorway. They invite us to look deeper at our habits, our environment, our emotional patterns, and the ways we care for ourselves. What begins as a single problem can become a much larger healing journey. Learning point number two, healing expands possibility. When someone begins to feel better physically and emotionally, their sense of possibility begins to grow. They begin imagining different futures, different work, different goals, different relationships, different ways of living. Healing restores hope. Learning point number three, purpose often grows out of lived experience. Many people eventually realize that what they have learned through their struggles can help someone else. Pain can become wisdom, experience can become compassion, growth can become a contribution. Often, the very thing that once challenged us becomes the thing that helps us guide others. Learning point number four, slow growth is still real growth. I'm going to say that one again. Slow growth is still real growth. Many meaningful lives are not built quickly. They are built slowly through persistence, through patience, through continued learning, through steady effort. Growth does not have to be fast to be meaningful. Consistency over time builds strong foundations. Learning point number 5. Healing prepares us to recognize opportunity. I'm going to say that one again too. Healing prepares us to recognize opportunity. Sometimes opportunities appear that would not have made sense earlier in our lives. But because we have grown, healed, and developed greater clarity, we are ready to recognize them. Healing prepares us for the next chapter. Now let's consider this through our power of 3 lens. In energy medicine, healing shifts energy patterns in the body, creating greater movement, vitality, and openness to change. In Ayurveda inspired living, balanced rhythms, nourishment, and lifestyle practices restore clarity and resilience. And then in herbal wisdom, plants have supported human healing for centuries, helping restore strength, balance, and long-term wellness. As always, my friends, our 5 reflection journal questions. If you have not started journaling, please do yourself a big favor and start journaling at least once a week for 5 or 10 minutes. Reflection question number 1. What challenge in my life may actually be inviting deeper healing? Number 2, how has healing already changed the way I see my life or my future? Number 3, what strengths have I gained through the difficulties I have faced? Number 4, is there something meaningful I feel drawn to build, share, or contribute because of what I've learned? And number 5, what possibility might be opening in my life that I may not have fully recognized yet? My friends, healing does not only change how we feel, it can change how we live. It can change what we believe. It can change what we are willing to build. And sometimes the life we are meant to live begins the moment we decide to heal. If today's conversation resonated with you and you're looking for a steadier place to continue this work, I want to gently invite you into the Healing Circle, into our Healing Circle community on Patreon. The Healing Circle is a supportive space for women navigating real life, emotional healing, life transitions, stress, relationships, health challenges, and personal growth overall. The live streams here are the open circle. Inside Patreon, we go deeper. Members receive early access to these Healing Circle teachings, a weekly masterclass exploring the themes in greater depth, morning anchors to begin the day with reflection and steadiness, guided healing sessions, and supportive practices, reflection prompts and learning resources, ongoing support through the Healing Circle community, and specifically from me. This space is designed to be gentle, thoughtful, and real. There is no pressure to share more than you want to. Some members participate actively, others simply listen and reflect quietly. Both are welcome here. If you are looking for a place where healing is approached with compassion, wisdom, and real life understanding, the Healing Circle on Patreon may be a meaningful place for you. You can learn more and join us through the Patreon link here and then in the first comment. Remember, my friends, healing lives here. Wholeness lives within you. And on that note, peace, love, and light. I love you all. Take care, and I will see you in the circle.